Hello book besties, welcome back. Today's video is going to be an attempt at recreating a day that I had last week that was really nice. That I literally said to myself, damn, I wish every day felt like this. The reason why I say that is because I managed to do kind of like an analog thing where I literally just went through different activities, like stuff that I have, like hobbies, and I did them, and it felt so nice that I just wanted to record it, share it with you guys, and hopefully inspire you to do the same thing. So we're gonna hope that I'm gonna have a similar day. Also, I managed to clean a little bit of this table. It's still chaotic. There's still stuff, but it's better than it was before. So I have a lot of stuff that I can do today. I have my basket under my table that I think I showed in one of my videos, but I'm not gonna pull that thing up because it's really heavy. So now the question is, where am I gonna start? Am I going to continue reading Throne of Glass, which I have not finished yet and I should have already finished? Should I continue Just Friends, which again I should have finished already, but I haven't? I am also listening to Red Queen, and I'm reading, well, I was reading Priest. I forgot I was reading it. That's on my Kindle. I feel like I'm reading more stuff, but I don't know where they are. And I have my journals here. I have my word search. That's actually where you guys are standing right now. I have obviously my tea because a girl needs her tea. And I have water as well because we have to stay hydrated. And of course, I'm probably going to start by journaling, to be honest. I have my 2026 junk journal here, and I haven't been adding much to it. It's already April, and I've added literally that much to it, and that is so sad because I love junk journaling, but I haven't been doing much that allows me to collect junk. Like, I haven't been like shopping or like going out or anything to anywhere that can give me stuff, so I don't have much to put in there. So what I was thinking was that I'm going to create update pages more than anything, which include things like food that I'm obsessed with right now, or music that I'm obsessed with right now, or things of that sort, books that I'm reading, that sort of thing. Because I realized that the junk journal doesn't just have to be about the things that I do when I go out. They can also be about my day to day. My day to day is pretty straightforward. I go to work, I read a lot, I play on my iPad, I journal, obviously. So, I don't do a lot of different stuff. I just do specific things consistently, I guess, or semi consistently. So, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I have brought some of my stuff from over there. And I found this really pretty scrapbooking paper that has this really pretty pattern on the other side, so it's double-sided. But I think I'm gonna go for the green right now. I have this thing filled with paper that I've bought recently-ish. I also have my stamping ink pad thing that I barely use. And I brought some of my stamps. I have more, but for some reason these were the ones that caught my attention, so I'm just gonna use them and see what I can make. Otherwise I'll get up and grab some more because I don't know what the vibe's gonna be. I'm just like grabbing things, they're calling to me. I also have these that are like these craft paper looking letters, and I have these words that I really like, and I'm starting to realize that the vibes are not connecting properly, but fear not because I have more paper. So I'm gonna continue looking through these. Because the thing is, I have two very, I guess, different aesthetics when it comes to journaling. I will either go dark academia, browns, not historical, but like cartography, academic, I don't know, like, whatever you put on Pinterest and you write dark academia, whatever shows up, that's what one of my aesthetics is. And then my other aesthetic is more like whimsy, spring, colorful, bright, happy colors kind of thing. Like a unicorn threw up on my stuff kind of vibe, right? And so those two things don't necessarily mix well together. So I have to make a choice between one and the other. Or maybe it's just that I don't know how to combine them properly. But I have this page that's actually more of a Christmassy thing, but I just like the vibe. And since I'm gonna cover them anyway, I might actually go for this instead. Mostly also because it's already pre-cut. That'll make my life a lot easier. But maybe I'll do that, and maybe there's a couple in here that I was using for Christmas cards that honestly can be used for anything. Like there's this one that looks like a letter, and on the other side it's like wood. This one that I'm guessing is meant to be a calendar, but to me it looks like a bingo card kind of thing. And then the back does say Christmas, so obviously I'm not gonna use that side. And then there's this one that says like someone's name or something, because these were all like vintage Christmas mail kind of thing, so that's why they have like that vibe to them. This one that also has this really cool red on the back. Actually, these might be the vibe, not gonna lie. Like let me show you. I'm just gonna lift it because it's easier for me to lift it than I guess to move the camera. But maybe a combo like this might look nice because I like to do both pages. So maybe I'll do something like that. Or maybe this one to make it similar to the one on that side. I might do that. Or maybe I can do it the other way. Or I can do one pattern, one like this and then one like this. Actually, you know, this is what happens when you love journaling. Decisions, you know. I like both vibes, but I think I'm gonna go for this one. I think this is gonna be the combo that I'm gonna do. This one that looks like a leather journal or something, and then this one that looks like an invoice or like a balance sheet of some sorts. I don't know. So I'm gonna start by, I'm gonna glue them on the paper first because I found that that's what makes it easier to cut them. So I'm just gonna put a lot of glue, especially in the corners. Just a lot of it. Oh my gosh, don't break the paper. Gonna do that. Lots and lots and lots of glue to make sure they stay on there. I love this journal because I'm actually using a sketchbook, and I think I've talked about this before, but mixed media drawing sketching paper is great for junk journaling because the paper is very sturdy. And these I feel like because the paper is thicker, there's less pages, which makes it easier for junk journaling because junk journals are inevitably gonna get chunky. And as you can see by that one, that's completely open, and that's actually a sketchbook as well. And my other one that I've shown, the blue one that I've shown before on the channel, they get really chunky. So I'm very interesting to see how this one's gonna look, also because this is a spiral and I usually use like regular binding notebooks for my junk journal. So this is my first time using a spiral notebook, and I want to see how that holds compared to the other ones. Maybe okay, so my guess is that this one's gonna hold better because it has more space for growing. I am going to actually turn the page to this side and I'm gonna cut around it because it's easier to look at it this way than to look obviously on the side that has the paper. So I'm just gonna trim, and for this one though, it's gonna be probably a little further out of the page because the page behind it extends a little bit more than the regular journal page, which is okay. I did it that way because I used one of my pattern scissors and it did extend a little bit, but basically, you know, when you look at it on the other side, it's the right size. Like, I can still trim a little bit more, but I would be trimming the page on the other side, and I kind of want to leave the pattern. So I'm just not gonna touch that too much. So this is how that's looking. Oh, I love this journal because I can see through the I can see through the rings and I can tell if I'm in frame in the camera. Love that. Okay, so these I don't throw out. I either use them on like each other or I save them for different projects. Like you'll see that I have a lot of like little pieces of other papers just laying around, and I actually have a box or like a container that it's for scrap paper because I like to use the leftovers of other papers for like my journaling. Okay, so I don't even know what I'm gonna do in this page. I'll be so for you. Like, what do I want to do? Because I already made a page that it's like an about me page that is like in the middle of the journal instead of in the beginning because I hadn't thought about it. So I already did that. Now, what vibe does this give me? I'm gonna think about it and I'll come back. Okay, so I had an idea. I get a lot of these magazines every quarter because where I live, they do a lot of activities for the community and you can sign up for a bunch of stuff. So they send you basically like a booklet that shows you everything that's going on. It has a lot of really cool like designs and like shapes and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend some time cutting out just things that look cool, letters, designs, little like graphics and stuff. And I'm gonna make a little pile and then I'm gonna go from there. Like I wanna see what I get from here. And then from there, I'll do the spread, I guess. I'm realizing this is gonna take quite some time for me to do. There's a lot that I can cut from these pages. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to continue cutting. I'm going to listen to an audiobook. And once I finish the entire thing, because I plan on just like cutting the entire thing, then I will come back and show you my pile. There's some that are just like full text, so I feel like I can mostly use them as backgrounds rather than you know, like cutting a specific part out of them. But I don't know, there's so much that I can use that, yeah, this is gonna take a while. So enjoy this montage of me cutting and listening to my audiobook. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it already, but I am currently listening to Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And if you know, you know. It's so good. I did not realize how good this book was. I had thrifted it at some point and then I donated it somewhere else again because I wasn't getting to it. Wow, how wrong was I not to start this? But I'm glad I'm doing it audiobook form because like I've mentioned before, fantasy, even if it's romantasy, is kind of hard for me, although it's been easier lately, but we're going to talk about that in a different video. But I definitely struggle with it a little bit, so listening to it is a lot easier for me than reading it like a book or in my Kindle. So I'm gonna put my AirPods on and I'm going to listen to the book, and yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so I have cut all of these. Oh, I have things mixed in, but I've cut all of these from there. Also, I realized that this is actually newspaper like material. So my hands were all inky, so I went in and washed them. Um, I still don't know what this spread is gonna be. And now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like this video is gonna be so long that it's just gonna be about this. Like, I'm just gonna focus on this because otherwise I'm gonna drive you insane. Like, this video is not about to be an hour long. So we're gonna focus on this journal spread right now. And we're gonna do another video, which I will probably be wearing the same thing if I record it today, where we're going to be doing other activities. I had to pause recording because both my batteries were dying, so I had to charge them. But I made some progress on the page, so let me show you what I have so far. I actually feel really proud of this. And this was just me adding stuff without thinking too much about it. But this is how the pages are looking right now. I still don't know what I'm gonna use the pages for though. Like, I just kept adding things and I feel like they look good. And part of me just wants to leave them as is. But I feel like I want to give them like a purpose. I want to write something on them, or I don't know, add something. So I might do like a gratitude list or something, possibly at least in one of them. And just like work on a different spread later on. I don't know. But that's what I have right now. I ended up going through my stationery paper because I remembered that months ago I had gone to one of these like, I think it was a charity thrift sale, something like that. That it was meant to sell a bunch of stuff, obviously secondhand stuff, to get funding for a university, like university students or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's besides the point. So I went to this event and I thrifted a bag that had a whole bunch of different stationery stuff. It wasn't necessarily a mystery bag, but it was more like it was so well packaged that you couldn't really see what was inside, and obviously they wouldn't allow you to just like open stuff and take things out. And honestly, it was like a $3 grab bag kind of thing. So I just grabbed as much as I could find that seemed good. And there were a lot of paper, like stationery paper, that I didn't really vibe with so much. And so I had been meaning to go through my paper and take out the ones that I know I'm not going to be using so that I can donate them to my local thrift store, and someone else can get a good use out of them. So I just did that. I went through the papers since I already have like the plastic container here with me. I didn't realize how much it was. It's a lot more than I thought I had, but honestly, I'm glad that I like took these out because I know there's gonna be someone that will enjoy these a lot more than me. And why hoard them? Like, share them with other people. So I'm going to be donating all of this paper. And then, now my thing is lighter, so technically I have an excuse to buy more for myself. But anyway, I don't remember if I already mentioned this, but I've decided to just leave the page as is. So I think I'm just gonna move on to the next activity for today. Thank you so much for watching me work on my journal, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye!